What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to talk to you about the top 5 most heavily shorted stocks in the market going into this upcoming week. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that said, let's get right to it. So starting off with some general data points and things that you need to know for this week. Monday and Tuesday is going to be more linked to the technicals, so no data points coming out to really disrupt the broader market, no Fed speakers, nothing like that. But Wednesday going forward, damn, that's going to be a crazy day, because you do have CPI coming out on the 12th, first thing. And so especially based on what the Fed's previously stated, that's going to be one data point to very much watch for. And later that day, you have interest rate decisions. So Canada was the first G7 country to cut rates. That was this last Wednesday. There was also a second country, I can't remember at the top of my head, that was done yesterday. Both were 25 basis points. Right now, the forecast is for it to be no change. Even if you go over here for this upcoming meeting, there is only a 2.2% likelihood of a 25 basis point cut. So very bad for that. Even moving to the July meeting, it's very crap. And then September, I think that's the closest chance for anything of a rate cut. So again, needless to say, what is said afterwards to justify either no change or something else, that's going to shake the market like no other. So stay tuned for that. You also do have PPI coming out on Thursday, June the 13th. And then Friday, June the 14th is going to be more of a technical driven day. So very volatile of a week. No company is really unveiling the earnings to kind of take note of that's going to disrupt the broader market. But there is one company on this list, or right kind of mentioned here, that is within the top 5 list. So I'm going to go over that in a second. And then one final thing I just wanted to share with you, the Fear and Greed Index. Based on Friday, it was under the fear category, was able to crawl its way back into the neutral, so it is at 45, but still kind of, that's good in my opinion. People's appetite for risk is kind of there, so that should really help a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on. But without further ado, I'm going to get right to it, starting off with stock number 5. This one, I don't know why I don't own it. I did previously trade it, but low-key I really am rooting for it, and that is Beyond Meat. Over the last 1 year, it is down 29.46%. 2024, it is down 14.72%. I'm pretty sure a lot of people generally know what this company does, but this is it. So you can always pause it and read through it and everything else. Just so you guys are aware as well, I have vetted a lot of these companies to ensure that they haven't done any reverse stock splits or recent reverse stock splits, because that does skew Ortex's numbers. So you can kind of see right here, this company has never done any reverse stock splits. So something for you to keep in mind. But as well, while I'm actually on here, on a side note, if you are looking for a lot of good compiled information, such as press releases, SEC filings, earnings, like everything that you ever need at the tip of your fingertips, take a look at Seeking Alpha Premium for a 7-day free trial. Link in the description below and also the comments. So highly recommend you guys taking advantage of that. But this stock is number 5. It is based off of the short score, so that's what I'm going based off of. So the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening, and that is comprised by multiple different ratios. So this number is utilization, number of shares being shorted, and cost to borrow. So it's kind of a good representation of a short squeeze. Obviously, you can kind of tell that based on the name. So short score is 96.16, utilization 96.13, 38.49% of the free flow is being shorted, and you can kind of just generally see that shorts are starting to re-enter back into Beyond Meat. And yeah, so that's again something to kind of keep in mind. But cost to borrow average is 167.96%, and on Friday, shorts did return about 394,000. So this is stock number 5. And if you do own any of these companies that I'm going to be mentioning, give yourself a shout out in the comments. But moving on to stock number 4, this one is Microvast Holdings, MVST. Over this last 1 year, it is down 76.47%, and in 2024, down 73.3%. 8%. So over this last little bit, it has actually flexed, so it did go up. In my pre-market videos, I actually do believe I covered this stock once because there was a very abnormal amount of volume getting in. So probably it was on the 4th in my opinion, but still, if you are curious what they do, this is it. So pretty interesting stuff, but again, it's because of this number. So short score 96.56%, utilization 92.32. Shorts did increase 176,000 shares on Friday. 16.4% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 29.73 million shares overall being shorted. And then cost of borrow average is 233.39%. So fairly high stuff. Moving on to stock number 3, that is Aytu Biopharma, if I'm saying that right, AYTU. Over this last 1 year, it is up 94.37%, and year to date, it is up 6.69%. So it doesn't really meet the MO or the criteria of a squeeze stock. Is actually doing relatively good. This is what they do, and right now 97.19% of the, or is the short score, utilization 75.26. On Friday, shorts did return about 3,000 shares, so kind of a drop in the bucket, but 12.07% of the free float is being shorted, and that works out to be 457,000 shares overall are being shorted. So in the past, low float companies such as this are what the market likes to squeeze. So again, it kind of meets the criteria based on that, so that is something to kind of keep in mind. Cost of borrow average is 88.43%, and shorts have been slowly getting in, so they're not really doing all that much. So I think the low was roughly 7%, and so it is kind of getting in. In the past, it looks like the high for at least the last 1 year is 18.09%. So definitely something to keep in mind, especially on a good stock behind the scenes. Moving on, Pulse Bioscience, PLSE is a ticker. Over this last 1 year, it is up 92.53%, and in 2024, it is up 1.14%. So another stock that is flexing and showing that it has what it takes to actually go up. Right here, you can kind of see the profile. So it is under the healthcare equipment part or aspect. Short score though is 98.87. Of course, you can kind of see it is the highest is 100. So it is very, very close to that. Utilization 93.28. On Friday, shorts did return about 27,000 shares. 16.91% of the free float is being shorted, and works out to be 2.76 million shares overall are being shorted. And then cost of borrow average is 221.01%. In this case, shorts have been kind of stagnant, just based off of this. They've very slow, but still over this last little bit, they have returned some amounts. So something to kind of keep in mind. So another very good performing stock. Moving on though to stock number 1, and that is Tor Holdings, ticker CURV. And the reason why I'm bringing them up, well, they are number 1, but the reason why I'm focusing on them so much is they do have their earnings Wednesday after hours. So Wednesday already is crazy volatile with CPI, interest rates. They also have their earnings. So definitely something to kind of keep in mind. So this one, over this last 1 year, it is up 165.99%. Year to date, it is up 13.86%. So this is, as you can kind of see, retail, so apparel retail, which actually over this last little bit, that sector has been doing phenomenal, such as Gap. I think it kind of reached around $30. So it kind of went up like 40 something percent. There's a lot of good growers, so this one could be one to really add to your watch list. And just to give you a good overview of what the kind of holdings is, so it looks like about 3.7 or 3.87% of the outstanding shares is held by institutions. A good chunk is by PE/VC firms, and 6.99 by public, aka retail. So I think that's a pretty good, I guess, diversified ownership criteria. So definitely something to keep in mind. But 99.09% is that short score, utilization 87%, but shorts did return about 1.3 thousand shares on Friday. 16.62% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 1.88 million overall being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 84.62, and just looking generally over this last little bit, you do see shorts haven't been doing all that much. Very, very flat. So in my opinion, this one could be one to definitely add to your watch list. And of course, there's many other stocks that could be brought up, such as even good old GameStop, so GME. So that one has gone down quite a lot on Friday, even after hours. So that one could be one to add to your watch list. Same with Faraday Future, FFIE. This one has been largely following GameStop, their price action at least, except the last several trading days it started to break away, because I think the company itself is starting to piggyback and help the stock to move higher by giving some operational updates in the form of videos. So those are a couple other ones. And stock number 6, I'm not going to talk on that, but that one is Lucid. There was top 5 last week, so something again to kind of consider. I think it was just shy of this short score. I think it's like 96.01 or something like that. So let me know your thoughts on this upcoming week. Do you think it's going to be a good week, bad week? Is there any stocks that I did bring up that you think is going to be a squeeze, or is there any others? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.